Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to get SimBrief from SimBrief itself onto the actual Microsoft Flight Simulator and all into your FMC on the Boeing 737 from PMDG. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to go onto your internet browser such as Edge or Google or whatever you use for your internet and type in SimBrief. So, like I just said, type in SimBrief. Once you've typed it in, make sure it is the dispatch SimBrief. You're going to want to click it. And then we've got the dashboard. You're going to want to click New Flight. That's where you can start your brand new flight. Then now you're on here, you can see your airline thing and then your flight number and all that. You're going to want to go to destination. So we're going to go with Echo Golf November X-Ray to Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, which is East Midlands to Manchester. And like I've shown you, putting your airline, which for me is Jet2, so it's EXS and then 318. And then you're going to want to select your aircraft, and then once you've done that, it'll show you a nice flight plan of your route. Click Generate Flight, wait for that to load, it shouldn't take too long. And then once that's loaded, you don't need to do anything with all this stuff, unless of course you're on VATSIM and then you copy the ATC flight plan. But you've got like your flight, like all your weights and stuff. Once you've done that, you're going to go back to the flight simulator because you don't have to worry about any of that. So first of all, you need to go in the cockpit and then go over to your EFB. Turn on your EFB, and then you're going to want to click this icon in the top left. I'll show you it again. This icon with the plane on it, with the control following it. Go to settings and type in your SimBrief user or ID. It's sometimes different with different aircraft. Then go back to home and there's this button that says request data from SimBrief. You're going to want to click that. And as you can see, it shows you flight plan. Now I'll go down to the FMC. You're going to want to click FMC. And then at the bottom, you don't have to worry about pausing it unless you're doing it more realistic. You click route and then request flight plan, and then you should see your flight plan here. So mine's from East Mids to Manchester. You click that and you set payload, set fuel, and remember this isn't realistic, this isn't how you'd properly do it. And then select route, and then you've just got to wait for the route to load, so it'll take a minute or two, not too long, maybe like 20 seconds max. You should see a little load button appear in the bottom left of the screen on the FMC. Once that's appeared up, there you go. Click load, and then it'll load all your flight plan into the FMC and into the aircraft. Give it a second, and it will be there. It'll show you it. And then once that has appeared, come on, there you go. An activate button will come up in the bottom right. So once that's came up, you're going to want to click activate, and then the execute button, which you can see here, that's the execute button. You can click that. You can go into Perfinite and that, but this tutorial's not to do it realistic. This is just if you want to, you've bought the plane and you want to fly it as quickly as possible with the SimBrief flight plan. Nice and simple, not too hard. You're going to want to click departures and arrival, and then go to your departure airport, as mine's East Mids, Echo Golf November X-Ray. Click departure. Once you've clicked departure, you're going to see your SIDS and your runway you're going off from, taking off. So let me check mine. Mine is runway 09. So once you find out your runway, you're going to want to click the runway, so mine's 09, and then your SID, which is mine is TNT3 Papa. Yours may be different for what airport you're going from, but that's mine. Once that's there, it should show it all at the top. Click execute. Then go back to departure and arrival. This time go to your arrival airport, then click arrival. Make sure to check you're landing on the right runway, and mine is 05 left. So you've got all these here, but usually you best, if you can, pick ILS. So I'm doing ILS 05 right for Manchester, and then my SID is the EVOLM 1 Mike. So, they're back to departure and arrival. And then, right there, EVOLM 1 Mike, that's my SID. So I'm going to click that. It's at the top again, as you can see, just like departure, and then you click execute. Now you've done that, you should see it on your screens. As you can see, mine's there. And then, if you zoom in, once you are in the air, it will follow the flight plan. But let me show you what you're going to need to do for it. Just a quick simple one. So you're obviously going to want to have auto throttle on and select your speed. Obviously it won't work because I'm on the ground with no engines on. And then you're going to want to click autopilot and then vertical speed, so you can select what vertical speed and your altitude. Also, you make sure to click LNAV. That will make sure so the aircraft does follow your flight plan and doesn't go off somewhere. Make sure LNAV is on, and then as you can see, my route is there. So nice and simple, not too hard. Very, very easy. This isn't a realistic tutorial. This is just if you've bought the plane, even as it's just came out and you want to fly it. Nice and simple for beginners, not too hard. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy. Make sure to subscribe and like. All the cringy stuff all the big YouTubers tell you to do. Well, you don't have to, obviously, but hope you enjoyed. If you do need any help with anything, just type it in the comments. I'll try and get back to you. If I know, I'll be able to get you a reply, and if not, I can't. Thanks for watching.